I want to paint you a picture. You are one of the best athletes in your sport. You have the hops of Michael Jordan, the durability of the Hulk, the skill of a fusion of Messi and Ronaldo, and the endurance of somebody with asthma. Now imagine 9 other people with the exact same abilities as you, competing in a human game of Rocket League. You, my good friend, are now a player in one of the best sports games to release in a hot minute, Rematch, a game made by the same people behind one of my favorite video games, Sifu. It is, as I said earlier, human Rocket League. The ball bounces off of walls, you can boost, the soundtrack is very EDM, and you gotta do damn near everything manually. It's as Rocket League as it gets. When I first picked up Rematch, it felt like opening FL Studios for the first time. I genuinely felt lost for at least my first 5 games. The skill floor is literally in the ceiling. The game's nature as a soccer, football game and its difficulty make it feel as realistic to its respective real-life sport over any other non-VR sports game, somehow while being so unrealistic. Obviously, I'm not saying that this game feels like what it's like to haul ass in a 90-minute match running around a giant pitch, but I would say it's more like how Sifu makes you scrap and counter many different types of body attacks with an exaggerated fighting style that forces the player to be very deliberate. Rematch isn't going to turn you into Mbappe, but you will sure as hell keep your ass on that seat playing like you got the same stakes as Mbappe. Oh really, Rematch is such a breath of fresh air in the sports video game genre. Yes, I'm taking shots at every goddamn recycled sports slop. I'm not a big soccer guy, but this game is as close to being one of the best sports games to come out in years. And the tiny issues that are keeping me from seeing this claim through, especially with how successful this game already is something I hope the devs are working on at this given moment, because this game is not easy mechanically. Dribbling, passing, shooting are all skills that take time to develop, and I can feel my hands sometimes fold under the pressure. Dribbling's not an easy skill to learn, especially when you go long periods without ever seeing the ball. The game automatically lets your character carry the ball with them, but to get any sort of distance, you have to manually kick the ball out forward. And in the same way, to not lose the ball to the defender, you either have to manually break the defender's ankles, pass, or use your defensive dribbling stance, yes, this game has stances, and do a bunch of complicated bullshit. The best way I would describe the mechanics of this game is, imagine your favorite latest sports game. Now imagine that game if they made the controls a heck of a lot less forgiving. As a result, executing anything from a great pass to a sick shot feels incredibly rewarding. This game truly does reward skill. If you think this game is going to be too hard for you, it's not. Rematch without the sense of driving a beat up 2-wheel drive pickup truck on an icy day would completely remove the charm and joy factor that the game gives its players. At the same time, if everybody was automatically equally relatively skilled, then the game would feel less sport-like and a lot more boring. And in the same way that offense isn't easy, defending is also fairly mechanically intense with the several ways you can steal the ball and how your opponent reacts to it, creating an almost rock, paper, scissors gameplay loop. Because of the many mechanics that the ball handler can use at will, the game has implemented a pretty large disadvantage. Their stamina bar depletes a lot faster than that of the defender, meaning that you can't blue lock your way through the game. And yeah, stamina works how you think, which means you have to pass the ball a lot, which is a problem for some. I'm looking at anybody with a blue lock character. Passing is a whole skill. It's incredibly easy to fumble a pass, and at any moment a defender can intercept a pass to your teammate. Even a slight difference in angle is going to lead to the ball going in a completely different location, which took me some time to actually get used to. This game gives you access to 3 different ways to pass: a normal pass that rolls on the ground but doesn't go far, a lob pass that goes over defenders and directly to your target, and just flat out shooting to the other side of the pitch. And all of these need to be gauged appropriately. I only ever play this game with my friends, so I can't really say much about the solo queue experience and whether or not people are actually willing to pass the ball. On a side note, I really want to hear what solo rematch is like. Might even make a video on it if enough people care, because I heard solo rematch kinda sucks. The team play aspect of this game created one of the most fun games to play with my friends at this given moment. The coordination of playing with somebody who you deeply know leads to some sick plays, and it really makes me enjoy this game. And good team play leads to accurate passes. Accurate passes are the difference between an easy goalie block and a hesitating goalie flat out missing the ball. Oh yeah, did I mention the goalie? The goalie is incredibly powerful. In theory, the goalie blocks literally everything, but it's not like the goalie's being operated by a perfectly accurate machine. There's still a lot of mind games and rock, paper, scissors in beating a good goalie. Also, on a side note, I get goalie second every single game. I'm always the second person in goalkeeper. I don't know why. I can make a whole compilation on me being the second person in goalkeeper every single game. For the sake of the video, I won't go into too much detail. I'm gonna tell you this. There's a lot of room for error when you're playing goalkeeper. Remember how I said that this game has a small little problem? Well, all of that nuance that I spent the last however minutes introducing goes completely out of the window when you introduce a small problem that this game faces. The servers. They fucking suck. You'll see phenomena like the goalie magically warping to a kick that initially went in, or you're playing goalkeeper and you watch the ball enter your hands and then warp into the goalpost. One of the most annoying bugs is you losing complete collision with the ball, and you don't realize you have this bug until a crucial moment where you fail to interact with the ball itself. This clip from Reddit user Artem Agorovich demonstrates what I'm talking about a lot better than I could. You'll be in the middle of defending and then you realize, wait a second, I can't interact with the ball, I can't intercept shit. And the only way to fix this is by leaving the game and rejoining. Even though this technically has nothing to do with the servers, I need to point this out and I need to get this fixed before I lose my mind. Also, can we talk about this other bug where the ball randomly magnets onto the floor? Like the souls of the damned reach out from the underworld and grab the ball, preventing it from getting kicked? It's so annoying. Many different weird problems rise up because the netcode sucks for everybody in the lobby. And if you've played Rematch, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. So many times the lobbies get rematched because somebody failed to load in. I and many others have these issues whether or not we're on 20 ping or playing on a server across the planet. It just gets a lot worse the worse your ping is. It's super annoying and it takes away so much from the actual game's deep mechanics. It becomes really hard to enjoy a game that I'm actively playing when I'm constantly running a roulette of something eventually going wrong and that thing being completely out of my control. Rematch was the second multiplayer game that Sloclap has ever made, so I'll cut them a little slack. But after so many server tests and so many betas and the game being out for a month, this makes me a little bit skeptical, a little bit doubtful that the servers are actually going to get improved over time. But I still have a twitch, a smidge, maybe a drop of optimism that they're working really hard behind the scenes, because this is not something that can be solved really easily. But who knows? So many people are currently playing Rematch. It's only lost about half of its player base since launch, and that's kind of insane in the modern day where players have so many choices. And considering the fact that this game costs $30 fucking, I'm still so shocked that it's doing so well on Steam alone. So maybe the relatively unexpected large player base is pulling a lot of stress on the servers. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm the most qualified to speak on this game. I haven't played too many hours and I'm still swimming around in plat. So if there's any big gameplay problems that you guys see that I just don't see at all, please put them in the comments. I read all of them. Also, get rid of the desert map. The contrast on it sucks. So for the big question, would I recommend this $30 soccer football game? Yes. With general bug fixes, I'd easily recommend this game, but only if you fit one of at least 3 criteria. You have friends that are willing to buy it and you guys are gonna play it together. You like learning difficult games, or you don't mind a bit of server-side lag. And I guess also if you like soccer football, but that was implied. Also, I can't believe just how much success this channel is getting in just 2 videos. Anyways, peace.